Hey, welcome back. The practice we are going to work with today is called the body scan. So first we're going to check in with the body's posture, and then we're going to scan the body for areas of tension and feel what it's like to feel embodied or be embodied. So I do recommend practicing today before you have learned the techniques for the week, and then revisiting this video at the end of the week and see if it's different for you. So go ahead and find your seat. If you need to pause this video for a moment, that's fine. Okay, let's get started. So finding your seat, whether you are on a chair, in a cushion, or on the floor, take a moment to check in with your posture and see if you can notice any areas of tension or pain. As you take a moment to check in with the whole body, take note of any experience that you have and notice just what it feels like to have a body, what it feels like in your body. And if you find any areas of pain or tension, just offer some loving and awareness and energy as you inhale and exhale with some relaxation, ease. And if the tension does not easily release, then just move your awareness back to the breath and take a couple of big, deep, intentional breaths. You might even let out a sigh. And when you have done this 3 or 4 times, just allow your breathing to resume its natural rhythm. And again, let's do a little more detailed check-in with posture. So if you are on a cushion on the floor or in a chair, please check in with your spine, making sure that it is loosely straight. If it is too tight, you will experience tension or pain. If it's too loose, you'll be slouching, which can also cause tension and pain. So imagine your vertebrae should be stacked on top of one another so well that your muscles don't really have a lot to do. Your spine is holding you up. And then a slight tuck of the chin so that the head is in position. You can sometimes even imagine a string that is attached to the all the way through the spine to the top of the head and pulling it up to straighten you. If you're laying on the floor, then just allow your body to sort of sink into the floor. Taking a moment to notice your hand position. If your eyes are closed, take a moment to notice what it's like to have your eyes closed. And if they're open, of course, a soft downward gaze, widening your view. Relaxing the jaw, the brow area. So we're going to work with the body today by beginning at the top of the head. So you might feel what it's like to have a skull or a top of the head. You might notice your scalp. You might notice the hair follicles growing out of the scalp. Moving down into the brow area, notice if you're making any faces, wincing your brows or furrowing, and soften that area, taking note of any emotional states that might be evident on your face. Moving down into the jaw, relaxing and softening the jaw muscles. If it's helpful for you to separate your lips a little bit, go ahead and do that now. Placing your tongue on the roof of your mouth gently is also proper tongue posture, and that can help relax the jaw muscles as well. Moving down into the front of the neck, into the throat area, the muscles on the side that connect your head to the rest of your body. Taking note of any emotional states you might be carrying here. We tend to carry emotions in our throat. Sometimes it makes it hard to speak because there's so much tension. So allowing your mind and breath to offer some gentle loving kindness to that space if there is any areas of tension there. Softening. Moving to the back of the neck and the trapezius muscles that connect your head. And those muscles go all the way down to the mid-back and the shoulders. You might even take a moment to imagine focusing your whole being into that space. Taking note of any tension or constriction. We tend to carry a lot of stress in this area, or fear, or anxiety. Sometimes this reflects in a posture. So as you notice the space, just notice what it's like to be those muscles. And as you inhale, envision or imagine that inhalation is full of loving kindness, gentleness, and softness. Inhale into that space, generating loving kindness to the muscles, and invite them to soften. No forcing, just an invitation of ease as you exhale. Moving into the front of the chest. Take a moment and check in with your heart center. How is your heart today? Is it full of love and gratitude? Maybe it's full of grief, sadness. Taking a moment just to notice And as you inhale into the lungs, into the same space where your heart is, offer some loving, friendly attention, like giving yourself a hug from the inside out. Couple of breaths here. As I direct you to the next area, I want you to stay in the chest for a moment as you notice what it's like to have your awareness in the chest and the heart. Then, when you shift to the next area, I want you to try to notice what it's like for awareness to move. So now we're going to shift into the upper arms, the biceps, the triceps. If you're seated, you can allow your arms to just relax by your side. Again, inviting a sense of ease and comfort with each inhalation. Moving down into the forearms, you might notice the fabric resting on your skin. You might notice the temperature of the room that you're in. Shifting now into the backs of the hands. What does it feel like to notice the backs of your hands? One breath here, and then moving into the palms and into the fingers. And just offering a sense of calm and ease to the space. Now we're going to shift all the way from the fingers to the lower back. A lot of us have lower back pain. So if this area invites a lot of discomfort for you, and just notice the discomfort or even pain. You can say there is some pain present with your mental noting. And then breathe some loving energy into the space, but don't try to fix it. Just offer some kindness, almost as a way for your mind and your breath to say, darling, I care about your pain. Moving from the back to the belly. Notice any areas of tension or tightness. Again, the belly area is one of those areas that we tend to carry a lot of our emotions. Offering some loving kindness, gentleness to the area with the inhalation. And exhale with some ease and softness, relaxation. Now shifting into the hips and the pelvis. Again, this is another area that a lot of people might carry some emotions. If at any time you are recognizing an area of tension that is connected to emotion, make a mental note of that. Some people hold fear in their belly. So you might say there's some fear present and some tension. And just as I directed with the back, offer yourself some loving kindness here. Send some loving energy to the space. Moving down now into the buttocks, the hamstrings, the quadriceps, the upper leg. You can notice this space in any way that you wish. You can notice the muscles. You can notice the femur. You can notice the skin. You can notice these all separately or individually. Breathing or inhaling with some softness and ease. As you shift into the knees, what does it feel like to have knees? You might take a moment to notice the front of the knee separate from the back. If you have an artificial knee, you might notice also what it's like to have an artificial knee. Moving down into the lower leg, the shin, calf. Noticing in whichever way has been the most helpful for you during this practice. Or if it's the second time you're watching this video, you might take a moment to notice in a way that you didn't last time. Moving awareness down into the ankles and the tops of the feet. You might notice one of them apart from the other. Feeling the sole of the feet, the toes, even the toe bones, the way they connect, each tiny bone to the next. Now, I want you to take a moment and just observe the whole body. What sensations changed from where we began? What does it feel like to be in your body, to have a body, to be with your body? Take note of any physical or emotional states that might have been present that you were unable to let go of. And try to recognize the ones that were easy to let go of. If you noticed any difficult emotions, what area or space, part of the body did you notice them? So then just taking a moment to see if there was anything that was particularly interesting to you during this practice. You might journal about it later. Now, before we end this practice, please take a moment and thank yourself for practicing today, offering yourself some gratitude for taking time out of your busy schedule to learn this practice, collecting all of that merit, gratitude, loving kindness, and imagine generating it outwards so that all beings everywhere can benefit. You might say, may you be happy. May you be free from suffering. Now, opening your eyes, you can give yourself a big stretch if you wish. You can start even by wiggling your fingers and your toes, some small movements before inviting a big one. I love that practice. Practicing in this way can help us shift our experience that we live in our heads, or that everything is up here, and bring it downward so that we are embodied. This is so important when practicing meditation, is to have an embodied practice. So there are many ways to contemplate the body. I'm going to teach you the most basic in this course. But as you become a little bit more stable, and if you are a Sangha member, you will learn more ways of observing and being with the body. Again, if this is your first time watching this video, I have not given the teaching for the week yet. So I would suggest trying this one again, or revisiting this meditation after you learn the techniques and teachings for the week, and see if it's any different. And this is a really good opportunity for you to journal and see how the first experience might have been different from the next, if that is something that you're into. So in the next video, we are going to discuss mindfulness of emotions and exactly how to notice them. So thank you again for practicing with me today.